Hey guys, it's Tunicus here. Since I finished my Let's Play series, I gotta figure out a way to keep this channel going, other than the changelogs. I decided I'm gonna try something different today. I made up a text channel for Q&A. I kind of filtered out all the spam, and I asked people to, post the best questions they could, what they really wanted to know about Mining Madness, and just me in general. So without further delay, I guess we're just gonna get into some of these questions. Carrot Dough asks, "Why do I get the same item in a row? Is there more chance for it or not?" So this is a common thing people always say, like the game's rigged against them. Really, what tends to happen is people very much notice when they get the same few items in a row, but they don't necessarily notice when they don't get the items in a row. You know what I mean? So I think people just focus out of proportion on the times that they do get items in the row. There is not more of a chance to get the same item in a row. Obviously, that would be stupid. So Robarb2 asks, "Do you think your game will go on to be one of the biggest? Also, do you think you're fabulous?" I don't think my game's going to be one of the biggest. There is just so much content on Roblox. Like, there are legitimate, like, engineers working to build games on Roblox, so I don't think it's going to be the biggest. But I do believe it will be a little bit more successful in the future. And do you think you're fabulous? Yes, obviously. Do you like how Mining Madness has progressed? FastFlame235 asks. Yeah, I mean, I like it. Well, obviously, the features have gotten a lot better in Mining Madness over the few months, but I don't know. The developments has been so rushed. There's a lot of wasteful event items in the game because basically I have to keep the game afloat somehow. I have to give fresh new content in some way to match along with the year's events. Like Halloween and most recently St. Patrick's Day. So yeah, some of those items are rushed and all. I don't really like how there's so many wasteful items that you can't even get anymore. He also asks, what other game do you like? I love Phantom Forces and Lumber Tycoon. Miner's Haven's cool. What would you like Mining Madness to look like in the future? I mean, it's probably not going to look that different from what it is right now. If I wanted to do something extreme, I just make a whole new game. So that's pretty much that. Rhubarb also asks, why does everybody think that this is a copy of Miner's Haven? It's not, just the same type of game, a sandbox tycoon game. I mean, as the primary developer of Mining Madness, I do get this a lot. Like, I think the main thing behind this is that Miner's Haven pioneered a lot of the aspects of the modern sandbox tycoon on Roblox, and really Mining Madness is built on a lot of those same fundamental principles. It's like the foundation of Mining Madness, Miner's Haven, as you will, and a lot of other tycoons kind of had the same foundation, and Miner's Haven pioneered this. So really, like, a lot of people just mistake the foundation and ignore the things that are built on top of it, if that makes any sense. Pretty much, they just see that it has the same fundamental concepts, and they don't really give it a chance. And that's unfortunate. I've lost a lot of opportunities because of this effect. And I think another issue is that I have this, like, a lot of my builders are previous Miner's Haven submitters, so obviously the building styles are going to align a lot, and that's definitely something that I'm trying to prevent. So let's go on. When will the St. Patrick's Day event items be removed from the shop? So this goes for all event things. Generally, I keep them around for about a month. That's just a general time frame. I don't like to make wasteful items that I'm just going to delete, That's market spam. I don't want to do it, so I'll keep it around for a little while. Tunicus, okay, so I gotta read the names. Play-Doh asks, Toon, what is an item you personally like the design of? I love Ion Scanner. That thing is so beautiful. Like, the key to the truth is just brilliant with some of these items. It's so clean. It's a very beautiful item. As for scripting, I love the ore flattener. That thing is hilarious. It's a hilarious item. It's very good, too. It's a little bit overpowered, but yeah, I love that thing. Dough Nut asks, how did you get into scripting? I joined Roblox, I guess I'll just give a brief history of my time on Roblox. I joined in late 2012. I was kind of when I was about 12 years old, I've always loved to design stuff and all. So within the first week, I was inserting free models into Studio. Honestly, with scripting, I was a lazy kid, so it was kind of an accumulative thing, It just over the years, I picked up thing after thing until I started making models every day, I wasn't one of those people who constantly was experimenting with other people's code. I was writing my own stuff. Lua Learners helped a lot for me back then. That was the one good tutorial back then, so that's mostly it. How did you get the idea of Mining Madness? Well, I had this friend named Lego Poo 5000 or Epic Planets on Discord, and pretty much he just needed scripting help one day. It was over the summer, it was a hot day. I'm like, all right, yeah, man, I'll help you out with some of this stuff. And it kind of escalated to the point where like I was just working nonstop on it, and he started picking up the building on it, and it really just exploded from there. Like just getting 30 players was just insane to me. I just had to keep going. I had to keep expanding it. So that's really just how it went down. Will there be an area where we can choose the items we want to see in? Alright, so I created a new text channel called To Do List in my Discord. And basically how this works, I put things that I need to do in here. And you can vote, you can like add a reaction to see so I can like get a measure of your improvement of this, if that makes sense, and I will choose the things that have the most thumbs up. Like I will prioritize them most likely. So yeah, I guess I'll put new items in here too. That'll be a good idea, I guess. So yeah, Overcooked John Doe asks, what gave you the idea of making such a complex sandbox tycoon? Yeah, that's kind of already been answered. How would you relate it to other tycoons? It's pretty similar to most of the sandbox tycoons of this day. A lot like Miners Haven, a lot like Productive Industries too. I think mine has some of the most complex building features right now, but my mechanics are a bit lacking compared to Productive Industries. They have a resource system. Personally, I don't like the resource system because it's micromanaging. I hate that. So yeah, that's how I'd relate it mostly. Have you done anything dangerous or very risky that could have endangered your life? Rakido asks. Not really, no. Windows 0897 Q&A. On a scale of 1 to 10, how spicy are you? I think I'm a fairly nice person, honestly. So, yeah, Plato asks again another question. Do you look back to old submissions you get? Yeah, if I'm desperate, generally speaking, no, the ones that are most recent are the ones I'm going to be looking at. How would you like to die? Lord Duck asks. I would not like to die. Dabado asks, will you think of a way to reward the people in your Discord that have helped you in-game, moderators and such? Yeah, I guess so. Right now, it's kind of like just the Discord stuff. There's like a wiki writer upgrade, there's an under construction. Builders probably get the most benefits because they're basically help run the game. But moderators and all, there's not really any real moderators inside of Mining Madness because it's not necessary. The game has proper security. So, yeah, it's hard to say. Probably figure out something. Maybe get some Robux, but not. Doe Kaiser asks, how do you feel about Mining Madness' current state? Kind of already answered that. What sparked your interest in building? Nothing in general, It was kind of just like me and my friends were hanging out and all. Just wanted to make something. Can you go in depth about why Roblox is such a great learning curve? Okay, this is something I put on my profile, and it might not exactly hold up to time. I put this about 2 years ago on my profile, because back then, Roblox used to be like a platform that kind of like curated developers. But honestly, they've kind of mechanized their website to the point that it's difficult for beginners to jump into the mix, with the introduction of DevX. I don't think that's a bad thing, but I don't think it's as great as a learning curve as it used to be. But basically, it's a very basic, like they have a good scripting language in place that teaches you a lot of the fundamentals. You don't even have to script necessarily. It's a great introduction to 3D modeling and design. Has that social aspect of it. So yeah, it's not as good as it used to be learning curve wise because everything's just gotten so mechanized and advanced for new players, but yeah, it still is a great learning curve. Can you tell us your feelings of how you think Mining Madness is going to go? Every day I was just thinking like I got to do something to save this game, and that's kind of how I'm doing it right now too. Are you happy with the progress you've made? Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I've made great progress. I probably should work on this game more often because I kind of just will work maybe like 30 minutes to an hour a day while watching YouTube videos in between, and then like day before update, I'm just up like 6 hours straight working. But yeah. How long do you plan to keep Mining Madness going? I don't know. It depends on what the players want. Ultimately, what could be the future of you? Sandbox Tycoons. This isn't my last game. I want to step out of the tycoon industry and make something else. That's just how it is with me. I was thinking about like a tower defense game. I love those strategy games. Would this be your go-to thing like other game devs like Bariza? Yeah, this is my first project I've ever made. I'm actually a fairly new developer. I've known how to script for a while, but I haven't exactly known how to game design for a while. So, yes, this is my first thing. I think it was a great success given my experience when I was just starting out. I am much more experienced now, and I do have plans for future games. Thanks for asking, Doe Kaiser. Dr. Josh, how often do you plan on being online, and do you hope to increase your time interacting with your players? Yeah, I plan to do something like live streaming. It's like, wow, Tunicus, you just can't stop copying Bariza, huh? Stupid joke. Anyway, yeah, I plan on live streaming once I get a better computer. DevX has pretty much given me enough money. I just had to like pick out the right parts and all. With the Ryzen coming out and all, I want to like wait it out, see what I want to get. Once I get a good computer, I will start streaming. I'm like online all the time on Discord, wasting time. So if you want to like chill out with me, I'll leave the Discord link in the description. Tiger Miner asks, will you think about adding more crates? Yeah, I guess maybe. It's hard to say because all the crates right now kind of cover like basically what you need. Tier crate is like that one crate that'll like get you through your prestiges, just give you all around useful items. Imperial crate's kind of that one thing that's basically a free prestige. Yellow crate's that like huge gamble. It can seriously pay off with some of these old items, and it prevents old items from becoming extinct because that's a waste of time and energy, like I've said before. And yeah, Tunium crate. That one's fairly obvious what it does. I like that crate the best. What would you do if you could buy anything in Mining Madness? Well, I mean, I can. If he's asking like, what do you recommend every player buys in Mining Madness? Nuclear Generator is actually probably one of the best items in the game. It gives like a giant power radius. You're probably best off trying your luck with the Tunium crate to get that. I also think that you should buy Slot Machine and try to use the crates to get a Temple's Luck because that thing is broken good. So yeah, I keep forgetting to read their names. Whatever, you can read them yourself. Oxdo asks, will you ever consider rewarding players that have played 100 days in the future? Uh, Maybe. It's kind of a slippery slope awarding longtime players because it kind of reminds me of like the debate like should people even have like nationalism, because if they're just born in a country they can't control that. Some people like, so I don't know where I'm going with that. Some people, like they didn't even see the game back then. I don't even think that like how many days you've played necessarily equates to loyalty. It's kind of like I shouldn't just keep awarding all the old players because the new players, maybe they hadn't even joined Roblox at the time. They never even heard of that. If you know what I mean, they can't control when they started playing the game. So I think that honestly, just your sense of progression in the game is the only reward you really need. I can't just keep awarding players that have stayed around for a while. But it's still a good question. Anyway, that should do it for today, I guess. Those are all some really good questions. Maybe you have some better insight about the construction and my plans for Mining Madness and just how I'm like in general. Uh, yeah, so I guess that's the end of the video. I'll be uploading a changelog the same day as this is uploaded as well. So, yeah, guys, see you around.